Thank you for your patience and welcome to this webinar. We are pleased to present the HR3 Automated Workflows module today. This webinar is hosted by Jenny Higgins.
Hello everyone. I am the pre-sales consultant for HR3 and I'll be doing the product demonstration today.
And myself, Nicolas Delamette. I am your Customer Success Manager and really happy to start a series of webinars to present HR3 existing and new modules to our clients. Today's agenda for this webinar is the following. First of all, we will have a word about the ReadyTech group and we'll see where the Automated Workflows module stands in the HR3 suite. Following, we'll be looking at the HR3 survey results. After that, our journey will take us from manual processes to automated workflows and will lead to a demonstration conducted by Jenny of the 3 types of workflows available in the product. And we will end our webinar with a conclusion. Please feel free to ask any questions you may have by following the link from the chat box. By clicking on this link, you will be sent to a question form. You can access the chat feature by clicking on the chat icon at the bottom of the window or by pressing on the Alt and H keys on your keyboard. All the questions will be gathered and answered after the webinar. HR3 is part of the ReadyTech group. ReadyTech is listed on the Australian Stock Exchange and is the leading provider of people management software for employers, educators, and facilitators. HR3 is part of the employment division of ReadyTech, along with AussiePay and ePayroll. Trusted for over 30 years, HR3 is a leading provider of people management software. All the companies attending this webinar are clients for at least the payroll module. Today, HR3 is also able to offer WHS, HR, kiosk, cloud-based software. Automated workflows is the one we are presenting today, advanced reporting, software integration, and in our next webinar, we will be presenting our new paperless onboarding module. Each software module enhances our clients' capabilities of managing their human capital. We will be happy to present our modules in future webinars, so if you would like to attend, please pay attention to future invitations coming in your inbox. Today, our attention will be devoted to the Automated Workflows module. HR3 recently ran a survey. First of all, on behalf of the HR3 team, I would like to thank the many customers that answered our survey. At HR3, we value our customers' feedback and we make sure our innovations are based on what is the most important for you. So we have listened, we have discovered, we put it in action and bring it to you. One of the results of the survey is that the automated workflows were rated by 2/3 of our clients as highly wanted. So we worked on developing the AW module as it is obviously a pain point that has to be addressed. We all know manual processes are a source of bottlenecks. It represents a waste of time, a risk to miss employer obligations. It allows space for errors with legal and financial consequences, and in the long run, it creates miscommunication and potential conflicts between stakeholders. To illustrate this situation, we would like to bring to you two examples. The first example we can bring on the table is a forklift license obligation. Because of a human oversight, an employee's license has not been renewed. Unfortunately, a forklift accident occurred in the company's warehouse, as what happens in 400 instances in the state of Victoria solely each year. The consequence is the employee injury compensation may not be covered by the insurance company, and the company risks heavy WHS penalties. The second example is what was supposed to be a simple change of employee personal information. An employee is requesting a change of superfund. Instead of a dedicated form with a validation process, it's a manual request by email, going through the employee manager and then payroll. The employee sent some wrong information and the superfund cannot be identified. Payroll is unable to send the correct payment to the superfund when comes the payroll date. The manager has to manage a very administrative query. The employee would have preferred to send the correct information in first place. It was a waste of time and created frustration along the way. Fortunately, companies can overcome the risks of manual processes by putting in place automated processes and save time, implementing formal and audited approvals to secure their practices, benefiting from a customizable and flexible tool to address any specific requirements. All of that with a module fully integrated in the HR system that is therefore easy to use. HR3 is excited to provide its clients with an answer to remove the risk of manual processes and to remain compliant. HR3 automated workflows is a hands-free approach to managing critical business processes. Our workflows solution revolutionizes manual administration while improving efficiency, driving productivity, and reducing human error and compliance risk. The automated workflows' main features are customizable workflows, user-initiated workflows, providing a dashboard visibility of business processes, electronic forms with digital sign-off, automatic escalation triggers, and attached documents and files to processes. This is now time to see all of that in action. It is time for our demonstration. So I am now passing the microphone to Jenny.
Thanks, Nicholas. And
Jenny, over to you.
thanks, Nicholas. I'm just going to share my screen. And now, let me introduce our kiosk from where we will run the demonstration. HR3 Kiosk is a manager-employee self-service web portal that is accessible from any internet browser and any device, laptop, tablet, smartphone. First of all, clients can publish announcements and updated policies within the kiosk. It allows employees to access and maintain their personal information. The employees can request leave and their managers approve them. There is also an expense claim feature, as well as access to the full payslip history. Today we will see 3 examples that reflect the 3 types of workflows available in the AW module. The first example is a request type of workflow. A company must have at least one sales representative on duty at any time to answer clients' queries and calls. It is so important for the company's business that any leave must be approved by the employee's 2 supervisors. To illustrate this, let's look at the organisation chart. Robin Rawson is the Sales and Marketing Manager, and she wants to configure a leave approval workflow to allow herself and Jonathan, the Sales Manager, to approve the leave of the sales team. For the purpose of this demonstration, Robin Rawson has the permission to create a workflow definition, and she will create the workflow for the sales representatives. To do this, I'm going to click on Admin, Workflow Definitions, and I'm going to hide the navigator so we can see better. The Automated Workflows module includes over 20 templates, which make it easy to configure most common scenarios. So to create a workflow, I'm going to click on the Add Workflow button. Let's select the leave request workflow and change the title to something relevant, like Leave Request Workflow Sales Team. I can also edit the description to something useful. Please use this workflow for the sales team. Now we can show you how to add 2 approvers in the workflow, and to do that, we'll save our work. The first approver will be the immediate supervisor, who is in our case, Jonathan. Now I'm going to click on the Add Approver button, and the second approver on stage 2 will be the approver type position, and the position will be the Sales and Marketing Manager, which is held by Robin. And now Robin is all finished with the sales team leave request workflow. And so now when the sales representatives apply for leave, both their supervisors will be notified and both required for approval. This is how to set up an approval workflow in a very simple and efficient way. The second example is the alert type of workflow. The sales representative team of a company is on the road all year long. The HR department needs to make sure their driving licenses are valid as they are driving the company's vehicles. For the purpose of this demonstration, we have already built a driver's license expiry workflow. And I will open the workflow by clicking on the pencil. The logic of the workflow is to identify in the skills table the employees for which the expiry date will be reached in 30 days. And to narrow the search, the skill description has been specified as driver's license. It is relevant to note that in the background there is a workflow engine that is monitoring these tasks and will trigger an alert for any driver's licence expiring in 30 days. Now we will go to actions. You can see when the condition is true that the supervisor and the employee will receive an alert email. Let's look at the manager email, for example. We can see that the manager will be warned when one of the team members' driver's licence is about to expire. Once this type of alert is in place, rest assured your organisation will not miss any critical event or expiry date. Our third example will be the workflow type database trigger. One of the most sensitive actions an employee can do in the system is a change that involves the database. If you have decided to allow your employees to be independent in changing their details, you'd better be aware of any critical change, like a change of bank account, for example. With the Automated Workflows module, you can send an alert to anybody in the organisation when such a change occurs. The good thing is we have a template ready to go for this purpose. Let's click on the Add Workflow button and select the workflow template, Field Change Notification. We can update the title. So here I will add the words bank details. And here on the workflow description, I have decided that I don't need a description, so I'm going to remove this. The table to select is employee banking. And once I have selected the table, I will save the selection to go to the next step. In triggers, we will configure the system to notify if any employee is making any changes to their own bank account details. I will click on the pencil at Update to add the trigger condition. We can select the field account number, and if changed, will trigger an alert. Now moving down to actions. The action will be that on update, an email will be sent to the destination position, and the position will be the payroll administrator. It can be anyone in your organisation, of course. And this third example just showed you how to stay in control of any database change while keeping your staff responsible for their personal information. What we have shown you today are 3 simple examples of how you can use the Automated Workflows module to help your organisation's critical business processes. It is just a snippet, and we hope to take you through this in more detail soon. I will now hand back to Nicholas.
Thank you, Jenny. Thanks for this demonstration. It was very clear. I will share my screen again. There we go. I hope that you enjoyed the type of automation this integrated module is bringing. And I would like to summarize now and say that the Automated Workflows component is fully integrated in the HR3 suite. It is interacting with Payroll, HR, WHS, and kiosk, and connects them all together with a mouse click. The Automated Workflows module is a powerful tool that is easy to use by any of your associates and helps to put in place efficient processes in a secured environment. It can answer the simplest to the most complex requirements by being customizable, and your organization can say goodbye to paper with a fully digital solution. On behalf of the HR3 team, Jenny and I would like to thank you for attending this webinar. We will be sending today's attendees the automated workflows documentation for further information and a link to answer a quick survey. We would really appreciate if you could take 3 minutes to answer that survey. That would help us to improve future webinars we put together for you. If you would like to know more about the automated workflows module, Jenny and I will be happy to organize a personalized demonstration where we can take you through the product with more details. The answers to the questions will be sent within a few days as well. Thank you very much, and we wish you all a very good day. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you, Nicholas. And thanks everyone, and good morning.
Thank you. Goodbye.